If you're like me and you love Lego, then you probably have far too many of them. Yeah, I admit I have a problem. So today, we're going to take boring IKEA shelves and skin them with some laser engraved plywood, throw on some Lego panels for the top, add in some LED lighting, and end up with two monster shelves spanning over 10 feet each for an ultimate Lego display.
I'm Grant, this is Dad Crafted. Let's make some cool stuff. So, we need shelves, and we need a lot of them. And one simple solution is IKEA. IKEA shelves are big, they're cheap, they're pretty solid, they're pretty sturdy, and these are floating shelves, so they don't have brackets or anything that's going to be in the way and hide our Legos. The problem is, they're boring. So the objective here is to make some shelves that are worthy of the awesomeness of all these sets. And that's where the laser will come in. But first, we gotta get some shelves on the wall.
Ah yes, everyone's favorite pastime, assembling IKEA furniture.
Where are all the words?
Alright, so these actually are pretty easy. You just measure where you want them to go, make sure everything's level, screw the brackets into the wall and slide the shelves right in.
Okay, so I couldn't fit two long shelves all the way across this wall. So we're doing one long and one short. So my measurements have to be exact so that this guy, when it goes in, it'll hopefully be close without a gap. And if there's a tiny gap, it's no big deal because it's all getting skinned with laser stuff anyway.
And this is my iPhone 14 Pro's way of saying that nobody really wants to watch this anyway, so let's just make it blurry. Alright, moving along.
I got them both up, but this one wants to sag. I'm not really sure what to do about it. I wonder if I stick a little shim, and then when everything gets glued together, it'll level out.
So what else to do but keep moving forward and hope for the best, am I right?
Alright, we've got shelves. The gaps here are all going to get covered by the laser stuff, so on to the laser. Sweet Lego set, but I'm in search of that stuff. Aha. This section at the top. That's our inspiration.
Alright, so I just start by taking a photo of it and then getting it cropped down to size for just the Lego image that I want. At that point, I bring my image in a Gimp and then just draw over all the tiny little Lego pieces. There's like 500 pieces here, so this took forever, so enjoy this super fast time lapse. Alright, that's enough, but eventually, it led to this. It was at this point I had to figure out how to make these panels look once they were fired on the laser. So my first attempt was to try and take a scrap piece of wood and paint it gray, and the idea here would be I'd paint it gray, I'd mask it off, fire it on the laser, and then I'd use some white spray paint to hopefully have the laser lines turned white. Peel all the tape off and have it look like this cool gray-white thing.
So, I think this is a failure. The lines, there's a little bit of white, but it's mostly black, so I don't think it's going to look like I hoped, so I think I'm going to abort and try option 2.
My second attempt was just trying an antique white stain over the top of it. And it was okay, but I didn't really like that either. So then attempt number 3, I just said, why not just sand it up and then use just straight polyurethane over top of it. I put this photo up on my Instagram account and the overwhelming majority said, use the bare wood look. With the design finally settled, it was time to cut down a bunch of strips on the table saw. Then it was time to put the laser to work. All of these rectangle pieces are basically going to be the Lego edge banding that's going to go around the front and the sides of the Lego shelves. But since I also wanted the bottom of the Lego shelves to be covered, I ended up taking my rectangular piece and just copying it and making it into one big square. Those square pieces would all get glued onto the bottom of the IKEA shelves so that there would be no exposed IKEA boredom. And then it was on to sanding. Lots and lots of sanding. I gotta say, my Glowforge laser has been a game changer for my shop. If you're interested at all in getting a Glowforge, there'll be an affiliate link down in the description of this video that will get you a small discount on a Glowforge.
Bumble shoots. Let's do this.
This Bumbleshoot's wood finish is amazing. Not only does it look great, it smells awesome. You just apply a couple coats and then wipe away any excess with a rag. And then boom, what a great finish. Man, those look so good. Way to go, Bumbleshoots. Smells amazing in here too.
All right, I've got my IKEA shelf, 5,000 of these, and my Loctite power grip. I'm going to try to glue and clamp and brad nail all the way down.
I got started by laying everything out and making sure that everything was aligned the right way.
Squirt it.
And I started by using clamps, but I quickly realized that that really wasn't necessary. I could just apply adhesive and then lay things down and brad nail them in. I had to measure and drill a hole for where the screw would go into the wall brackets. For the side pieces, I held them in place and marked a line for where my cut would need to be. Then I just quickly chopped them on the Mitersaw and glued and nailed in place. Then it was just a matter of repeating all of that on both big shelves. I decided that gluing and nailing of the smaller shelves would take place in the basement once everything was on the wall. And like a true lucky dad, I even got some assistance from one of my little helpers. It's always great when they want to help out in the shop. With the big section in place, it was time to put in the smaller shelf and connect them together.
All right, this is sagging a little bit, so I'm going to try to put some of these little shims I cut on the bandsaw up underneath.
Put it over here.
Ha! Now we're even. Glue that and nail.
Once I had these panels in place, we're starting to look like one seamless shelf. Once I got to the end, just like before, I hold my pieces up to the shelf, mark my cut lines so everything will fit perfectly. And voila! One shelf down, one to go.
So I originally screwed this up and had to switch brackets, and let's see if I measured right.
So what I screwed up was actually gluing the end cap onto the wrong side of the bottom shelf. So I had to switch brackets to make that shelf be on the right instead of the left. So I remeasured and moved the brackets and hoped that I was good at math so that the shelves would be even on the side. Spoiler alert, they were not.
Alright, got that back up. Let's try it. Close. Oh crap, I didn't think of that. Oh no. How am I gonna do that?
The moment you realize you've screwed something up. Let's go back in time, shall we? Remember this moment right here? Yeah, that's not supposed to be an overhang. That makes it impossible for me to slide this shelf on directly. But, where there's a will, there's a way. And the moment you realize you got away with a mistake. Alright, home stretch. Time to finish gluing and nailing. I got to the very end of the last shelf and realized I was one panel short, so it was back to the laser.
Yes. Excellent. Sandy.
last round of marking off our final pieces, running upstairs to the Mitersaw, and getting them in place on the shelves, and we are done.
Yes. Yes.
Test one of these. Cheapo flimsies off Amazon.
Oh. Perfect. To glue the plates down, I'm just going to use hot glue. Doesn't need to be too strong.
Hot glue makes this easy, and the fact that these plates just fit almost perfectly on the IKEA shelves and didn't need cut down on any type of saw makes it even easier. This is a really simple process. If you like these panels, you can find a link to them down in the description.
Now we just got to fill the gap here, and up here, and there.
Ah!
Reload. Push. Don't dry. Don't dry. Don't dry. Don't dry. Let's go faster. Let's go faster. Made it. Whew.
With all the Lego panels in place, we're looking good, but we're not done yet. Onto the lights.
All right, so the shelves are up and I am ready to do these lights, and there are 2 strips in here, but I don't really want the cord to hang all the way down the wall to the bottom, so I'm actually gonna put that new outlet up in the middle, and then, you know, once we put Legos on here, the Legos will block the outlet, so let's do it. Update from me in the future and in the dark, but I finally got this box out so that I can connect these, and I gotta cut my hole up there now, but we're just gonna mostly bypass all this because I'm not an electric channel and I don't really need the comments.
So yeah, here's some terrible video of me struggling to do electric. There was a lot of swearing, so let's just move along. Then it was just a matter of getting all these LED strip lights in place. I bought a 2-pack, 2 rolls, 50 feet each. I ended up only using one of the rolls, and I was able to go all the way around the front and the back of each shelf. After I made it all the way around the bottom, I just pulled out the top shelf a little bit and pushed the roll up through, and then slid the top shelf back in place. Alright, let's finish these things up. Alright, enough beauty shots. Let's get some Legos on these shelves. Bringing back the boys to put some of our favorite sets on display. We have a tendency towards Star Wars. If you guys like this video, I'd really appreciate you checking out some more vids on the channel. We've got some really cool Star Wars projects and some other cool dad DIY things that we've made for the kids. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.